All right, I'm going to try and make this as fast as possible. This is Project Rusty. This is my 1988 F350 XLT Lariat DRW dually, 7.3 IDI diesel. It is my labor of love and rust. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted an old truck, and I found this thing for $1,200, which is 1,200 Canadian, so about $12 US. So next to nothing, really. It has 229,000 kilometers. I don't know what that is in miles, but it's really not very much for an old diesel like this. This truck is mostly original. Pretty much every part came from factory, except for the mirrors. And I know this because this truck is etched. It has this unique serial number on all of the parts. Under the hood, on the fenders, the lights, the grille, everything has that unique serial number. But I figured I would do a little walk around, of old Rusty here, so you can see what kind of shape it's in and what needs to be done. So first off, rad saddle in pretty rough shape. Gonna have to fix that somehow. Do I know how to weld? Not really, but we'll figure it out. This front fender, super rusty. Trying to find a replacement for driver's side. I already have a replacement for the passenger side, so halfway there, you know. Both doors, rough shape. They've had about 17,000 mirrors put on them, and the bottoms are rotted out pretty bad on the inside. So I have two new doors that also come with the nice tow mirrors for all the towing I'm gonna do. So that's okay. This truck has a nice little bit of weight reduction in the roof here. It's got a hole. This is some Phil Swift Flex Seal just covering it right now. I do happen to have a cab I bought for $50. The floor is pretty much gone in it, but the roof is in great shape. So maybe with all that welding I definitely totally know how to do, we'll patch that. Who knows? As for the inside, let's just keep you there. Got one for later too. As for the inside, oh, look at that, another one. We've got some weight reduction. A heavy truck like this, you want to try and keep the weight down as much as you can, because that means you can tow more. But obviously, gonna have to fix all this with more of that welding I know how to do. And we got to fix all that, all this. You got the bottom of the pillar here and over there. Pretty rotten. So that's actually pretty high on the list. Ripped the carpet out, smelled like a moldy shoe. Kind of sucked. But at the same time, it's a farm truck. Do I care that much? Not really. Doesn't have the rear bench seat. I do have one if I want it. But I have a dog and he really likes this. So this is probably going to stay. Dash is in fantastic shape. Headliner is also beautiful. Probably going to rip it down and put something else up there though, just to make it funky. This thing needs a new steering column. This is how you start the truck. There is no key. However, I have a spare steering column if I want to put one in. But I don't know. I lose my keys a lot, so I might just keep that. Needs a new steering knob. Who knows? Maybe like a beer handle. Be kind of cool. Feel like everyone does that, but why not? So that's the interior of the truck. Cab corners. Fantastic. Now we get to the bed. This is a love-hate side of things. Very hard to find new dually beds. So I'm going to do my best to repair this one. Here we have pretty much no rust. A little bit here, but probably fixable. I removed one of the fenders, and you can see here that this pretty rusty. And in fact, someone did a patch job of their own. It goes from about here to about yay. And this is where the fender attaches. So plan is cut this out, cut that out, weld in a nice new piece of metal, bend it, whatever. Just make it somewhat acceptable. While we have the fender off, you can see that the frame is in pristine condition. Not an ounce, okay, not a pound of rust on it. Plan is, while I'm working on the box, we'll remove it so I can get at the frame, clean it up with a wire wheel, maybe rent a sandblaster, probably not, but that's going to be the goal, is to clean up the rear end, replace whatever needs to be replaced. Luckily, a lot of the parts for this truck, suspension wise, aren't too expensive, so I'm kind of happy about that. Probably needs new rims, but I'm lazy, so maybe clean these bad boys up. Tires are in fantastic shape, a little dry rotted, but who's gonna know? Take another sip. More weight reduction, we'll have to fix that. Tailgate is in fantastic shape, nice and straight. Just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Does need a new rear bumper, but I'm lazy, so for now that bumper will stay. This is what the other side kind of looked like before I tore it all to shreds. This also had a patch job. You can see it there, and it went to somewhere here, and it's also kind of rotten. So we're gonna have to replace this as well. So again, remove the bed, deal with that, put it back on. We got some stacks. Not necessarily a big fan of them, but you know what, at the same time, why not? Also came with a nice toolbox. This is a John Deere as well, so we're sort of riding high here. Little bit of patchwork to be done. And I know, by the way, I am probably way underestimating how difficult this is going to be, but hey, a couple of these and I'm an expert. Beyond that, that door will be replaced and this fender will be replaced. But that is a walk around of Rusty, the old diesel truck. As for the engine, hard starts, probably needs a new rad, or at least to be worked on and flushed and all that. And the transmission doesn't like reverse. Can't remember if I said that or not, but anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed and look forward to a lot more videos on this bad boy.